Clarity Convos for Wedding Pros podcast. I'm your host, Aislinn, and welcome to the finale of a quarterly planning series. It has been so fun to take you guys behind the scenes on an exercise that I take my high-level clients through every single quarter to help them plan out their next quarter. This is the final part of the series where we are going to be setting intentions and goals because you've already reflected on the facts, you've already reflected on the feelings, and you have also reflected on the things that got in the way. So now it is time to actually set goals. All right, ready? Let's do this. So question number one for intention setting is, how many weddings do you want to book this quarter? I want you to dream big. I also want you to look at how many weddings you have left for the year, how many weddings that you can book for the next year, and make sure that this aligns with that. So for example, if you can only take on 2 more weddings for the rest of the year, and you can only take on, let's just say 10 weddings for the next year, I don't want you to say that you want to book 10 weddings for this quarter, because that is going to put you in a really weird position by the end of the quarter where you don't have any spots left for this year, you don't have any spots left for next year. So you are turning away people, you're turning away income, you're turning away really good quality leads because you really pushed on getting a volume of people. I also want you to ask the question of like, why do I want this number? So how many weddings do I want to book this quarter? Let's just say the answer is 2, or the answer is 3, or the answer is 4. Why do I want to book 4 weddings this quarter? What do I think that that's going to get me internally? What's the feeling that I think I'm going to feel if I booked 4 weddings this quarter? And extra fun question here, this is a mindset question. Can I actually give myself the thing that I think that this is going to give me feeling wise now? So for example, if I said I wanted to book 4 weddings this quarter, and I think that 4 weddings this quarter is going to make me feel super solid, and it's going to make me feel happy, and it's going to make me feel proud, where can I give myself the feeling of happy, proud, and grounded? Where can I give myself that feeling now without needing the 4 bookings? Where can I give myself those things without needing the actual outcome of bookings of weddings? All right, the next question, now that we've kind of gone off on a mindset tangent there, what are you planning for cash injection, sales, and launches this quarter? So a lot of wedding professionals just really don't do this. And so I like to bring this up as often as I can. If you are just thinking, okay, I want to book 4 weddings this quarter, and you only book 2, you might not hit the income goals that you want to hit. So where are we going to plan cash injections? Where are we going to plan sales? Where are we going to plan launches for this quarter? So let's just say you're a photographer and you have 2 different lines of revenue. Let's just say you've got weddings and then you also have portraits. And let's just say it's branding portraits just for ease of this. For cash injections for this quarter, maybe you plan on doing an album sale for your weddings, and that's the cash injection. And this could inject an extra $500 to $5,000 depending on how you do it and how much your albums are. But I want you to start thinking about this quarter. If I could have a cash injection of $5,000, how would I do it? For launches, we also want to think about maybe for branding photos, you want to launch a session, like a branded session day where you only have 5 spots. And you want to do that this quarter. So let's just say in 3 months from now is when the actual date of the session day would be. We need to be launching the month before. So you need to be thinking about, okay, in the next 4 weeks before I'm in launch mode and I'm starting to talk about this offer, what do I need to prep in that period of time? So we've got the prep phase, we have the launch phase, and then we have the actual execution phase of where we are actually photographing the thing, whatever it is. But I want you to be thinking about for the quarter ahead, what are the cash injections that I want to have this quarter? What are the sales that I want to run or sales I want to do this quarter? Maybe it's an album sale, whatever. What are the launches that I want to have this quarter? So if you have a new offer, maybe it's like milestone for motherhood. Maybe it's a new type of wall art that you're selling. Maybe it's a new type of offer that you've never done before. Whatever it is, I don't care what it is. You need to plan it out. It can't just be like on a whim. I know a lot of you guys like to do things on a whim, but let's not. Let's have businesses that feel grounded and solid, and that comes from doing things with a little bit of plan and intention behind it. All right, the next question is, what offers and products do I need to bring attention to in my marketing this quarter? So for example, again, if you have multiple lines of revenue, maybe you've got albums, maybe you've got portraits, maybe you've got branding, maybe you've got seniors, maybe you've got weddings, like whatever it is. I want you to ask yourself, what are the offers or the products that I need to bring attention to that I haven't in a while? So maybe the previous quarter, you were really, really focused on branding photos. Maybe this quarter, you want to focus more on selling albums, or maybe you want to focus on getting more engagement sessions booked or proposals booked, or maybe you want to focus on getting more weddings booked. What offers and products you need to bring attention to in your marketing and in the conversations that you're having with people. So in the networking that you're doing, but also in the marketing that you're doing. So ask yourself, like, based on all the offers and products that I have, what do I need to bring attention to this quarter? All right, the next question is, what new habits and practices do you want to put into place this quarter? So whether this is focus work, whether this is like reaching out to certain people every single week, whether this is having certain days of the week that you edit, certain days of the week that you shoot, maybe this is A/B scheduling, whatever it is, what are the new habits and practices that you wanted to put in place? And go ahead and start to make a plan of how am I going to implement these new habits and practices? So for example, maybe you are someone who doesn't know how to do focus work, or that you've never done it before, and it's something that you want to implement this next quarter. The things that you might need to get in place in order to do focus work is you might need to have a physical kitchen timer so that you can have the timer going for Pomodoro method. Maybe you also need to have noise canceling headphones, and you need to make sure that those are actually functional and working for you. Maybe you need to have a playlist on YouTube of focus music. Maybe you need to have a brick, which is a device that you can put on your fridge. You can put it in another room or whatever, but basically it blocks apps for you. So it blocks Instagram, Google, whatever, Slack, all the things. So maybe this is something you want to do, but you don't actually have the things in place in order to do the focus work. So I want you to ask yourself, if this is something I want to implement, a new habit or a new practice, how am I actually going to make it as frictionless as possible to do that practice or do that habit? All right. And the final question is, what do you need to and want to take action on? So a lot of times people will set goals like, oh, I want to book this many weddings, or I want to do this many things, whatever. And that's fine. But I want you to actually ask yourself, if I was being intentional, what is it that I need to take action on? What is it that I want to take action on? What are the things I want to focus on? Rather than having a goal of a certain outcome of X amount of weddings booked, I want you to ask yourself, what is the focus for this quarter? What is the intention for this quarter? So for example, I might be looking at my business and going, okay, this is a growth quarter, which means I'm going to be focusing on visibility, which means that I'm going to be focusing on top of the funnel types of things. I'm going to be focusing on getting more people on my email list. I'm going to be focusing on getting on more podcasts. I'm going to be focusing on making sure that I am out there as much as possible, because this is a growth quarter versus a production quarter. Might look like I am working this quarter on a brand new offer, and I need to work on launching it. I need to work on selling it. I need to work on running it. I'm not focusing on growth. It's happening and I'm still doing some of the actions, but that is not the focus of this quarter. So I want you to ask yourself, what do I need to focus on in this next quarter? And what do I need to take action on? And then what do I want to take action on? And what do I want to focus on? I'm a really big believer in both mindset and strategy work, and quarterly planning is kind of a bit of both. You need to be able to look at the facts of what actually happened, the actual data, the actual numbers of things, and you also need to be able to look at where you are keeping yourself from going after the things that you want because of your mindset. Which is why if you listen to today's episode or any part of the quarterly planning series and you found yourself thinking man, I need to do more work like this, I'm going to invite you to one of my favorite spaces. It's called Grounded. If you're looking for more ways to feel grounded and in control of your mindset in your creative business, then you need to be inside of this space. It's the perfect space for photographers and creatives who want to improve their mindset, who want to elevate their inner dialogue and their self-talk and feel more grounded and confident in their business so that they can go after the things that they really want in their dream business. When you join, you're going to get access to 6 months of access to both audios and trainings, such as growing your capacity, getting over comparison, discipline, breathwork, and being more confident, as well as EFT tapping, meditations, visualizations, all of the fun stuff. I'm so, so proud of this offer, and you guys are going to have the time of your lives being inside of it. You're also going to get weekly drops, which are journal prompts and exercises to train your mind to be more confident and to train your self-talk to actually be your biggest cheerleader. And there's an entire module specifically for wedding photographers and wedding professionals to listen to on a wedding day so you can serve your clients better. It has been such a joy to bring you this quarterly planning exercise series. Good luck in your next quarter. I'm so proud of you. You got this, and I will see you guys on the next episode.